How's everybody doing on this fine Wednesday? It's March 5th. It's almost 1 o'clock. And the light is like making my shirt glow. It's actually kind of cool. I am doing just dandy, and I hope you're all doing as dandy as I am. 152 days till I move to Florida. That's so many days. Oh well. So today I'm going to do a little video on some of my Disney favorites. I answered a bunch of questions that I took from Tumblr and from just online in general, and also some of the ones that Amy answered. You know Amy. Amy's DCP. Amy Gimple, I think her name is. She's awesome, and she's the reason why I want to do vlogs in the first place. So she did a little favorites video, and I was like, that's a good idea, I should do one too. So that's where today's video is coming from. I want you guys to get to know me a little bit. So yeah, let's get started. All right, let me pull up, oh, that's my exam study guide. Notice how I'm not studying. Okay, so let's start with the beginning. Let's start with the parks. So here's some of my Disney favorites. Yay, Disney favorites. So my favorite ride in all of Walt Disney World, and this includes I've never been to Disneyland, so that does not obviously count, but in all of Walt Disney World, my favorite ride is Expedition Everest. It's in Animal Kingdom, and I think Animal Kingdom is so underrated, and I absolutely love Expedition Everest, and yeah, it's amazing. So that's number one. My favorite park in Walt Disney World, this was like choosing my favorite child if I had children. It's so hard, and I don't know, but if I had to pick, gun to my head, if I had to pick Hollywood Studios. Toughest decision ever. My favorite land in the Magic Kingdom is Frontierland. My favorite Adventureland attraction is Pirates of the Caribbean. Of the Caribbean, whatever, I say it two different ways. You really can't go wrong with Pirates. It's a classic. My favorite Frontierland attraction, this was hard too because I love Big Thunder and Splash so much that like I couldn't decide, but Big Thunder, probably Big Thunder. My favorite attraction in Liberty Square is the Haunted Mansion. I love the Haunted Mansion, and I could ride that over and over and over again. It's also my favorite ride to get stuck on. Like, it's the best ride to get stuck on. My favorite attraction in Fantasyland is, don't judge me for this, but my favorite Fantasyland attraction is It's a Small World. Cheesy, I know, but I love It's a Small World so much, and the song might be annoying, but it's just, I love it. It makes me happy. My favorite attraction in Tomorrowland, another one that I'm going to ask you not to judge me on, is the Carousel of Progress. Space Mountain I enjoy, kind of, but it hurts. It's very jerky, and it makes my back and neck hurt. Buzz Lightyear is boring compared to Toy Story. And I don't even know what else is in Tomorrowland, to be honest. I love Carousel of Progress. It just makes me really nostalgic for times that I didn't even live in. Whatever, I love it. Moving on to Epcot, my favorite attraction in all of Epcot is Soarin'. You really can't go wrong with Soarin'. It's just, it's amazing, and it literally makes you feel like you're flying. I've never had that like feeling, you know, you're just like, woo, I'm flying, and it's just, it's amazing. I love Soarin'. It's the true epitome of Disney magic. My favorite country in the Epcot World Showcase is the United Kingdom, because I went to London sophomore year of college, and ever since I went, I've been dying to get back. So the UK Pavilion is kind of my way to get back. Now moving on to Hollywood Studios, my favorite area of that park is Sunset Boulevard. That's where all the fun is, so clearly that's the best area to be in. My favorite attraction in Hollywood Studios is Tower of Terror, but I love Toy Story Mania, so that was really, really hard to pick. I've never been on Rock and Roller Coaster yet because I'm kind of terrified of it, but I'm planning on it. I'll get there. But my favorite attraction in Hollywood Studios is definitely Tower of Terror. I love it. Moving on to Animal Kingdom, my favorite area there is Asia, and my favorite attraction there is Expedition Everest, as I already said. I love Expedition Everest, and it's so much fun. Now, my favorite resort. This one is hard because my family and I have been to Disney World 6, 7 times maybe, but we've only stayed on property twice because my grandparents live down in Florida, so we usually just stay there and then drive. So I only stayed in 2 of the resorts. I've stayed in Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort and Disney's Old Key West Resort. And so that's all I know. So I can't pick a favorite resort out of all of them because I've only stayed in 2. So my favorite resort that I've stayed in was the Saratoga. I mean, Old Key West was nice and all, but there's nothing better than the Saratoga, in my opinion. Like I said, I've only stayed in 2 of them, so I really can't judge. But I really, really love the Saratoga Springs, so that is my favorite resort. My favorite snack to grab in the parks. I don't usually snack in the parks, so when I do, I usually just get one of those like little Mickey ice creams, and they're amazing and delicious. My favorite restaurant in all of Walt Disney World, this one was so easy, Be Our Guest. Anybody that knows me knows that Beauty and the Beast is my all-time favorite Disney movie, and Be Our Guest is the best. The end. An attraction you wish they'd bring back. Now, I'm very, very excited for Snow White's Mine Coaster, but Snow White's Scary Adventures, that's not even what it was called. What are we calling it? Oh, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, whatever. I'm very excited for that, and it will be open by the time I get there, so I'm also super excited about that. But Snow White's Scary Adventures is one of the first rides that I ever went on, like, in my life, and I loved it. So sorry, not sorry, I wish they'd bring that back. Okay, my least favorite attraction. I have one of these in every park, but I guess overall, it would probably be that dumb Norwegian boat ride, Maelstrom. I don't like Maelstrom. I don't like Maelstrom at all. Also, Jungle Cruise. Sorry, not sorry. I don't like that ride either. And now that I said that, I'm probably going to end up working Jungle Cruise, right? That's just like karma. My favorite dessert in Walt Disney World. I have it in mind because I want one so badly, like right now. Anybody who's ever been to Hollywood Studios, which I'm sure a lot of you have, on Sunset Boulevard there's an ice cream place called Hollywood Scoops. It's quick service, and they have this brownie sundae that is just to die for. I mean, it's literally, I think it's right outside the Beauty and the Beast show. Oh my god. Get it. It's a brownie, vanilla bean ice cream, chocolate syrup, whipped cream, and a cherry, and it's absolutely the most delicious thing I've ever eaten. So that's my favorite dessert in Walt Disney World. The brownie sundae from Hollywood Scoops at Hollywood Studios. So good. Okay, my favorite character to see in the park. I've never met characters. Like, anytime I've ever been to Disney World, I think I met Mickey the first time I went there, but I was like 3. But other than that, I don't usually meet characters, which is on my bucket list, which I will get to, is to like meet more, because obviously I've never done it. So I never see characters in the park because I usually just focus on the rides. But I've heard that Peter Pan is really cool to see in the park, although he's not as notorious as the Disneyland ones, so I've heard, because they spiel and stuff. But I don't know why I pronounce that word so weirdly. They spiel and stuff, but I'm gonna just go with Peter Pan because I've never actually seen any. So, favorite parade. Now, here's another one that I can't really answer because I've never seen any of the parades. The only one that I've ever seen is the Once Upon a Christmas Time parade because I went to the Mickey's Not So Scary, false, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party this year with my family. So I've seen the Once Upon a Christmas Time parade, so I have to say that one. But I've always wanted to see the Main Street Electrical Parade because it looks so cool. Everything all like lit up and everything in the darkness. So I'm going to go with those 2. Once Upon a Christmas Time because I've seen it, and Main Street Electrical because I want to see it and it looks cool. My favorite face character. I'm going to say Rapunzel because she sounds awesome. Again, never really met any of the characters. Now, the scariest ride, I'd have to say Dinosaur because you're bouncing all over the place, dinosaurs are jumping out at you left and right, and you don't know where the hell you're going. So probably Dinosaur. I'll go with Dinosaur. My favorite quick service restaurant in Walt Disney World is the Yorkshire County Fish Shop in the UK Pavilion at Epcot because they have the best fish and chips. Oh, so good. I love fish and chips. Yes, delicious. And the next question is another one that I'm kind of like about. The next question is Wishes, Phantasmic, or Illuminations? And I'm going to be honest with you right now, Illuminations is the only one I've seen. I've never seen Phantasmic, and I've never seen Wishes. I've seen Holiday Wishes, but that's, from what I've heard, not the same as regular Wishes, and I would assume that it wouldn't be. So I've never seen Wishes in person. I've never seen Fantasmic in person. I have seen Illuminations. So I have to say Illuminations only because that's the only one I've seen. So sorry. I can't wait to see Fantasmic and Wishes, which I'm going to see millions of times in my program, if possible. Okay, so the next question is my favorite Walt Disney World breakfast, and this is obvious. Mickey waffles. They're delicious and cute. Or crepes from France. Crepes are amazing too. And my favorite souvenir. Mouse ears. I love the mouse ears. I want to add to my collection. Right now I have the sequin mini ones with a little bow, and then I have like just the regular old Mickey hat with the ears. They're all at home, or else I'd show you. So yeah, Mickey ears. Those are the best. And my favorite activity outside the parks, but still on Disney property. For those of you who have never gone, you should go to Fantasia Gardens Mini Golf. It is so much fun. Yeah, that's my favorite. The mini golf. I like mini golf anyway, but Disney mini golf is even better. So now we're getting on to Disney movie favorites. So, number 1, my favorite Disney movie. Now, my classic favorite Disney movie is Beauty and the Beast. I watched that movie about 300 times a day when I was a kid, so Beauty and the Beast will forever be my favorite movie, Disney-wise. However, I do have some new favorites, like Tangled. I love Tangled. Princess and the Frog, I love it. Frozen was amazing. All the Toy Stories, so great. Monsters University I liked more than Monsters, Inc. Finding Nemo, just all of them. All of the above. My favorite Disney princess is Belle, obviously. My favorite Disney prince, this is a 3-way tie between Eric, Philip, and Naveen. They can all get it. They can get it. My favorite couple is Flynn Rider / Eugene and Rapunzel because they are so freaking adorable and I love them. So definitely Rapunzel and Eugene / Flynn. I'm going to call them both. I don't even care. My favorite Disney song, this is a tie because I rock out to both of these on a daily basis. I Just Can't Wait to Be King from The Lion King and I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan. Those two are my absolute favorites. Love them. Okay, my favorite Disney villain. Now this is kind of funny because when I was younger, I had an obsessive crush on Gaston. And I had this little Gaston figurine. He was like a little plastic Gaston. And I carried him around with me everywhere. And I had like 3 or 4 of them because I would like repeatedly lose them because I was like 3. And so I had an obsession with Gaston. And it did not matter how many times my parents would be like, Britni, Gaston's the bad guy. I'd be like, I don't even care. Like, I love Gaston. So I loved him. And I actually cried when he got pushed off the castle at the end. Because I love Gaston. He was dying and it was sad. So Gaston is my favorite Disney villain forever. But my new favorite Disney villain is also Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog because he's legitimately terrifying. I mean, you don't mess with voodoo, guys. Like, Dr. Facilier is scary. Okay, so now we're on to some least favorites. So my least favorite Disney villain is Yzma from, what's that movie called? Oh, Emperor's New Groove. I don't like that movie, and her voice is like nails on a chalkboard. I can't. I just can't. My least favorite Disney song, don't kill me for this. You'll Be in My Heart. I hate it. I really don't like Phil Collins, and anything that he sings makes me cringe. You'll Be in My Heart is the reason I don't like Tarzan. My least favorite Disney couple, I don't really have one because they're all pretty great, but if I absolutely had to choose, it would probably be Cinderella and Prince Charming. My least favorite Disney prince, I guess Snow White's prince. He seemed a little two-dimensional. Get it? I don't know. Does he have a name? Snow Prince? I don't know. I guess him. My least favorite Disney princess, this is so difficult because I love them all, but if I absolutely have to choose, I guess Sleeping Beauty. She's kind of boring, sorry. My least favorite Disney movie, I know my friend will absolutely beat me over the head for saying this, but Pocahontas. I'm sorry, I don't like Pocahontas in the slightest. I found that movie so boring, and I'm pretty sure I've only seen it once because it's so boring. But I also don't like Bambi either. Or the Aristocats. Or there's another one I was just thinking of, but I can't think of the name now. But sorry. Just sorry. And the very last question of my Disney favorites is favorite Disney quote. And I took this to mean Walt Disney quote. I didn't take ones from like the movie, from movies, because I was like, why? There's too many great ones. So I have 3 favorite Walt Disney quotes. The third is, all our dreams can come true if we have courage to pursue them, which I think is what I'm going to put on my cap when I graduate in May. Number 2 is, if you can dream it, you can do it, which is on my whiteboard right now to remind me to keep positive during my phone interview, which obviously happened a long time ago. And the number 1 Disney quote that makes me tear up because it's at the end of Celebrate the Magic, and I always want to cry at the end. It gives me goosebumps, I get teary. I only hope we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse. And that just absolutely gets me every single time, and I'm getting teary now thinking about it. Whew, so those are my Disney favorites. I hope you know a little bit more about me now. Sorry if I rambled a little bit too much about some of these things. My next video will most likely be my bucket list. I don't know exactly when I'm going to be making that because today's Wednesday, right? Today's Wednesday, and I'm going home for spring break on Friday. So I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to make my bucket list. I don't know if I'm going to make it at home or if I'm going to wait till I come back here. We'll see. It'll be a surprise to both of us. So anyway, thanks for watching. Now you know a little bit more about me, and I hope you all have a magical day. Bye!